All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Gonna talk some AEW and whatever else bounces off the top of our head tonight. Let's do this. And we're back. What is up, Smashers? Welcome to Smash City, if you will. I'm going to stick that on a t-shirt. I think that was Humblebee. Someone gave me that idea the other day, and I wrote it down. I need to start working on some new t-shirt ideas because I got the logo in there right now, and it's a different kind of logo. Let's jump in the chat here real quick. Polar family, what is up? Paul Nelson, how was your day, Uncle? Not eventful, so that's okay. You know, they're just working on stuff here and there. You know, thought you had a good show tonight. It was, man. It was a blast. Ton of tag team stuff. We're gonna get into it in a second. Haven't seen tonight's show yet, so this will all be spoilers for me. Well, hey, that's fine. That's up to you. You know, I don't want to. I hate being the bad guy for spoiling stuff, but if you're here to watch me just be entertained, hey, I'm not going to tell you to go away and go watch the show first. You know, maybe this will get you into watching the show. Hopefully that'll do that for you. Jamie Weisner, what is up? How's it going? Get it too, sweet. Is that a Johnny Swinger bandana? No, the Johnny Swinger bandana is one of these guys right here. In fact, this is dirty. It's got to go get washed. I got a stack of them I got to wash because you wear them and you just got to, you know, take care of them, keep them clean because you don't want to stick nasty, dirty stuff on your head. Terrence Sullivan, what is up? Saying hello to the Smash fam. Eric tosses 2 toothpicks. Oh, ducks them like Matrix. Ha. Too fast for Eric. NWA is losing wrestlers left and right. Now, I have not heard any. We'll talk about Ricky Starks. I have not heard about anyone besides. Actually, there's one, a very significant one. Wasn't Tasha Steelz in the first few weeks of NWA, if I recall correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought she was. So yeah, you know, and with this whole COVID stuff, it certainly has hurt some brands. Now you look at brands like, what's up, Zach? How you doing? Now some brands have thrived. I don't know if you could say thrive. Maybe thrive is not the proper word to use. But you look at a brand like, say, Ring of Honor. Okay, Ring of Honor has been paying their wrestlers during these last few months for, you know, lost shows. So that's right there is tremendous. You know, while they may be laying low and playing it, now they just advertised something recently. I saw they advertised some kind of best of pay-per-view coming up. I'm not too interested. I'll see what's on the docket for it, but you know, they're trying. They've had some tremendous sales. I've been getting the emails, you know, buy, you know, 3 DVDs, get 16 free or whatever it is. No, it's not that outlandish, but it is, you know, it's a good, they do have some good deals out there. Polar Friendly says NWA turned into B-class movie rentals. Well, especially with all the bad PR they've been doing lately, it really does make them look ugly. It really does. All this carny crap that they've been doing, talking about Impact Wrestling and whatever else they're talking about. I haven't really watched them, but I hear things. I hear things. J-Bone hears things. Only Impact, AEW, and they're running shows. Yeah, Swag Fan, what is up? AEW can get a good, stable, major storyline across the teams. All have a huge leg up. Yeah, I mean they're getting there. It's just and I keep saying this, guys. Look, this brand is still in its infancy. Okay, this is like 2002, 2003 NWA TNA. Okay. Maybe not quite that wild, wild west ish, from what Trent and I are reviewing right now over on the other channel, TNI. But, there still is that feeling of you don't know who's going to show up when and do what. Look at what happened tonight with, oh, dear Lord, what is her name? Abaddon. Absolutely terrifying. She got signed. We'll get into the match in a little bit, but oh my God. So yeah, and so as of right now, I have not heard anything about Ricky Starks or anyone else besides Tasha Steelz, who's left NWA, and I don't even know what kind of contracts they have. Was it per show? Was it per taping? I have no idea. Yeah, I really don't. So, all right, so let's get into this. This is for the AEW Dynamite for June 17th, this evening, 2020. We are on the road to Fyter Fest. Card is filling up, folks. The card is filling up. We start out here with a tag title match. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. When these guys first became tag champs, I really wasn't that much on board with it. I mean, they're both tremendous performers, but I didn't see the chemistry there. And I'm finally, that's not to say that they didn't have chemistry. Sometimes you just, you need a little convincing, like I did. And I'll say it, man. These guys have absolutely have a tremendous chemistry. Absolutely. It's really, I mean, even though they haven't been on the same page at times, that eliteness, it's really I'm starting to notice it. All right. And there's all these little things during the show that were really comical, and I really appreciate it. So, Omega and Page, the tag champs, took on the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, with just Brandy at ringside at the beginning. And then, of course, Allie shows up, of course. She's there to support her man, but ultimately causes a distraction. Oh man, QT Marshall's like a deer in the headlights with this one. I love the fact that during this match, they quick showed Britt Baker in her little cart, her Bigfoot cart, if you will. I don't know what the hell you call it, but she's in the back, and she's got this post next to her or attached to the side of the back of the truck, and she's running messages from here to the announce desk where Tony Schiavone is sitting at the end. And she runs a message to it. Now, they didn't put a whole lot of emphasis on this. This is why you got to listen to the commentary during these, because you hear little things like this. So they showed it for a couple seconds, and then they went back to the match. But you hear them talking. They're still talking about it. They said that she sent a message up to Tony and said something about she didn't like his tie or something. I was like, what is going on here? This crazy, quirky relationship between Tony Schiavone and Britt Baker. I like it. At first it was just plain awkward with the interviews. In the infancy of her heel turn, and now hi man, hi Manny, hi, I see you back there. What's up? Wave to Manny. Say hey. He's back there just chilling. He's been wearing those clothes for a while. I think he needs. Dude, you need to. He's like one of those COVID bums. Never changes his clothes and just hangs out back there and just I don't know. He might be getting a little moldy. I'm gonna have to check on him after this. What, Zach? I don't like J-Bone's headband. Well, you know what, Zach? That's your opinion. I had to look, there's yellow in the t-shirt. You got to coordinate, the big explosion, the AC/DC explosion there with the guitar. And I'm like, yeah, yellow. Of course, you don't see that down here. That's why. Okay. So yeah, there is a method to the madness of J-Bone here. All right. Back to the show. You threw me off, Zach. I'm just teasing you. All right. Styles. Who's the jobber with the bandana? Says the guy with the bandana and the t-shirt. Styles, I love you. What's up, man? You guys. Props for AC/DC. Hell yeah, man. Legends. Did you know that I was doing a little research for, I don't know, this is where it goes off the rails. Not as bad as TNI, but okay, just give me a minute. So I'm looking up research for the Jacked Up Jukebox for this week. And I'm like, shit, I need to, do a list and see, what's turning 30 this year from 1990 to 1920. Or excuse me, 2020, pardon me. It's just water, swear to God. Where's my lollipops? I'm off. There we go. Grabs a lollipop. Ooh, pineapple. Yeah, all right. Hey, look, it matches. Look at that. Coordinating nonstop. It just doesn't stop. So yeah, Thunderstruck from AC/DC turned 30. I got to double check on when that was. But yeah, 1990 to now, turned 30. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy. All right. So this tag match was absolutely bonkers. And it proved, and like I said it right at the start of this, it proved to me the chemistry. I'm finally like these guys are over with me. Okay. I finally see it. Omega and Paige retain here. And man, and this whole show 1920. Yeah. Yeah, I totally meant 1820. Yes, thank you. You got brother. Oh yes, Pasta Mania running wild. I swear to God, we're gonna get that on a T-shirt. I gotta find somebody to draw Trent, like a cartoon Trent, holding out a bowl of pasta, big smile on his face, hair blown back, and it's gonna say TNI Pasta Tuesday or something. It's gonna, Spaghetti Tuesday. It's gonna happen. It may take a bit to find someone to draw this shit, but we're gonna do it. Great match. Omega and Paige retain here. And man, this stuff with Allie. I know it's building to something. I don't know what. We'll have to wait and see. Now, this next match, oh my God. So I'm sitting on the couch. I'm watching this. I'm taking my notes. And they do the promo with Anna Jay about getting signed, and it was a nice little promo. You get to know Anna Jay a little bit. Really nice. Then it's like, oh, okay, well now she comes out, crowd pops, whatever crowd there is, a little bit, woo, it's Anna Jay. Okay. Now out, and they focus on they always focus on the big screen back there, the background, the backdrop. And it's like, oh, who's she gonna face? Boom, it says Abaddon. And I was like, oh dear God. This chick, this wrestler, she is one of the most terrifying individuals. Now, this is not just me just saying this. This is legit. I was doing this in this seat. I'm just like leaning back. She reminds me of one of those the girl from was that The Grudge? The Grudge, and that creepy sound, whatever. That's what she reminds me of, and that is one of the few movies that scares me. I can watch anything. I'm not a big horror movie fan. I don't watch a lot of horror movies. It's got to be something really unique to get me to watch it. But I cannot watch those. Those absolutely terrify me. This girl reminds me of her. And they do those close-ups. And like the screen is all distorted and she comes crawling out and she's twisting and she's turning and I'm doing this in my seat. I'm holding my notebook. I'm like, oh my God. I had to change my shorts. And then, oh my God, I find out later. Ladies and gentlemen, my nightmares are coming true. She is signed. She is signed. I saw, and I don't go on social media a lot while I'm doing this because it's distracting, and I miss stuff. I look down and I miss half the match. But yeah, Abaddon is signed. So congratulations, Abaddon. You are a tremendous addition to the women's roster. It's been a little rocky over the course of this first year, but yeah, she's good, and I like her finisher. I like it. So congrats to her. And yeah, this was a damn good match between Anna Jay and Abaddon. I almost fell off my couch though. Britt Baker sends another note, another message up the line to Tony. He says, oh, what does this one say? Oh, this one's Britt Baker says that Abaddon needs to find Jesus. I popped so hard for that. You just picture Britt Baker. This bitch needs to find Jesus right now. Right now. Someone get some holy water. Someone get some holy water. Someone. Oh. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I swear to God, I'm gonna have nightmares. Mr. Fred's Bones, what's up? I love Britt Breaker DMD. Yeah, she is. I like the fact that this slow burn of her turning heel is really starting to make waves now in the company. They're starting to put more into her, not just walking out and cutting a little weird promo or awkwardly with Tony. No, they're going full bore with this, even though she's injured. She's not sitting at home. She's there and she's getting paid. I mean, that says something. How many, seriously, how many people do you know go to work injured? I can't think of one that spent as much time as she has been at these tapings, however they do them. I don't know. I can't think of any. I seriously can't. Poor, poor Rebel. Yeah, the follow up later. I'll talk about it. Whatever. Because she gets Brit napped from Big Swole, and then they didn't show her get dumped in the dumpster, but the stuff going on between Rebel, what do they call her? Do they call her Reba? Is that her real name? I gotta look this up. Bless her heart. To one of these over Abaddon. And Britt. She just the stuff between Britt Baker and Abaddon. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? Oh my God. That cracked me up. That was honestly, I mean, the wrestling was great. I loved the wrestling. But the development of Britt Baker, even though she's injured, I give her a ton of credit. Seriously. She's doing these promos, and now she's, doing the whole thing with the message thing up to Tony. I lost it. I was like, oh my God. I popped. I thought it was very funny. It was one of those little things that sticks with you throughout the whole show because they keep going back to it. It's subtle but significant. Okay, so that's good writing right there. I don't know who did that, but I popped. Elijah Washington says, J-Bone, think about it. Abaddon could be the female supernatural character like Bray Wyatt, but she's a powerhouse. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to have characters like that. Look at the whole Rosemary Susie universe, the Undead Realm in Impact Wrestling. I love it, and this is just another form of that. That's fine. I want to see it grow. I want to see them not just have characters come out to the ring. I want to see them do something with it. Now, of course, there's going to be fans that say, oh, they're copying Impact Wrestling. They can't do that. Whatever. If it's done well, I don't care. I'm not going to, no. Because Abaddon is scary as shit, dude. Don't you want to take a character like that and blow it up? Hell yeah. I mean that in a good way, of course. So yeah, really good match. Shocking ending. They called it an upset, and I'll take it as an upset. I mean, Abaddon's only been featured like one other time, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Reminds me of Sue Young. Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's. I'm not going to call it a ripoff because Sue Young, if you look at pictures over the last handful of years, has gone through many more, what do you call it, changes, metamorphoses, whatever, some more creepy than others. But I am brand new to this whole, excuse me, this Abaddon character. She's just, man, she's crazy. Did you watch Impact? Excuse me. Did you watch Impact? Cause Oh yeah, I watched the show they did, the Aftershock. Yeah, I mean, and that could be just getting, I mean, if they do, that's great. You'd have to look at the roster of people, the influencers from around that time. If he's teasing Paul Heyman, I don't believe it, because I think he's still part of WWE. So even though he lost his position as lead producer or whatever it's called, um, yeah, I don't think it's Paul. Could be someone else. But anyways, um, so yeah, we'll have to see what they do with Abaddon. Now, Abaddon gets the win, but as soon as Abaddon gets the win, Brody Lee and his whole Dark Order crew come out. And two guys, no, more than two guys. It was a few guys go in the ring and they help up Anna Jay from her finisher. And she's really out of it. She's really out of it. She's like dizzy. She needs help. She's assisted by guys in cloaks. Now, I'm a little out of it when it comes to, oh, excuse me, all the new characters in the Dark Order. I know there's a few that have had some matches here and there that I haven't seen. So I'm getting used, but I know the guys like Evil Uno and those guys in that tag team. So they go off to ringside and they hand Colt Cabana an envelope with the Dark Order symbol on it, really creepy looking. And he pulls out this couple pieces of paper attached to each other, and he's looking at it. And there's one of the party party. Oh damn! What the hell are they called? Party. Hardy Party. No. Those guys, they just wrestled last week. What the hell? I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry, guys. They're looking over his shoulder at Private Party. Thank you. Jeez Louise. The total brain fart there. Guys from Private Party are looking over Colt Cabana's shoulder at this contract. I even saw the tweets online saying, oh, you don't want none of that, So, and apparently, now this is fast forwarding a bit, but now Brody Lee has contracted Colt Cabana to be in a match with him next week. I don't remember with who, but that's so now I don't think it's official. Now, of course, people are going to look at that and be like, "Oh, Colt Cabana joined the Dark Order." I don't think so. I don't think yet. I think Colt Cabana is still weighing stuff out in his head. If he's just, he's been around this industry a long time. He's not stupid. He's not stupid. He's going to weigh this out in his head, and he's going to listen to the people around him. You're close. You're close. You corrected it later. I saw that. That was funny. I've been in talks with Don, Uncle. Don who? Don Callis? You have been? Paul. Surely you jest. So yeah, we got to wait and see with this whole Colt Cabana thing. But getting back to Anna Jay, they help her up and they take her backstage. They get her out of the ring and she's standing there and there's Brody Lee and he's like towering over her, very ominous looking. I love it. He holds out his hand and she takes his hand and they all lead her back down the evil corridor. Oh man. And like they said as she exited, is the Dark Order growing in numbers? It looks like it may be. Which is interesting because she just got on the scene and they're just starting to promote her. And now all of a sudden, boom. Sweet little Anna Jay is Dark Order? We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't think this is, nothing of this is for sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. We gotta watch the story play out. My typos are epic. Mine too, dude. I can't type for crap on my phone. Totally. Join us, J-Bone. You'll be a winner. I'm already a winner, damn it. I'm already a winner. I don't need Dark Order. No, I tried to join. I honestly did. And I didn't hear nothing back from them. So apparently they don't like me. I don't know. I'm a little offended, little offended. I've done some dark stuff. Darkish. Polar Family says that is perfect for her. Really? All right. We'll see. We shall see. Bell's Boy says Tony Schiavone is the greatest human mic stand in professional wrestling. That's funny. Brody Lee needs to do one of those old school, be a Dark Order member mail clubs, right? Call this number now and join, right? I love it. Get those 900 numbers back in circulation, baby. Get your parents' permission. All right, we continue. So, to be continued on this whole Colt Cabana Anna Jay thing. I love it. MJF with Wardlow. I'm still getting used to this Wardlow thing. I feel like a marbles in my mouth when I'm saying it. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. I don't know. I love him, though. The guy's a beast. He's an absolute monster. So we got MJF versus Billy Gunn. I'm going to call him Billy Gunn. I understand why they can't call him Billy Gunn because maybe some other company's got rights to a little name named Billy Gunn, which is really petty at this point. It's ridiculous, the stuff that they do. We're gonna hold on to this name for a while just so you can't use it because we can. Okay? It's a stupid. Let the guy's been Billy Gunn forever. Let him use his name. Use his name. So now he's got sons with him too. He's got damn, J-Bone needs new glasses. Austin and Colton. I'm not familiar with Colton. I think I've seen him out there one other time, but I don't know if they mentioned like who he was. Jamie says, I'm still calling him Billy Gunn, as you should, as we all should, right? Bell's Boys says, according to AEW's Twitter feed, Ricky Starks is now absolute Ricky Starks. Well, he said that in his promo before he came out. We'll get to that. If you find me the tweet. I don't have time to look it up right now. If you find me the tweet, just send it to me. I'll keep an eye on my phone. Oh, we might have it right here. Hold the phones. Hold the phones. Oh, there you go, folks. There you go. Get that. Pardon the stupid ad at the bottom, but there you go. He earned it. Damn, that's blurry. There we go. A little better. Ricky Starks is All Elite, folks. There we go. I had a feeling by the time I went live, we were going to see something. So there you go. It was unsanctioned, and now they made it sanctioned. He is signed. That didn't take long, eh? Good for him. Tremendous wrestler. Very similar to MJF, but different. But different. All right. But great match between MJF and Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn is such a good veteran that can help control a match, direct, MJF is good. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. But these two told a very good story in the ring. You got young upstart MJF, cocky as hell, against the in-ring veteran icon, if you will, Billy Gunn. And man, it took a little bit of dirty deeds and a little bit of outsmarting for MJF to beat him, but MJF beat him. He sure did. Even with Austin and Colton at ringside. And he beat him with that knockout punch, and he had the diamond ring. He had that AEW diamond ring on and just nailed him with it. Then what happens next is very interesting. MJF, now I love this. This is good storytelling, okay? Because MJF and Jungle Boy have had this like underlining feud for a while now, okay? And they keep going back to it in moments like this. Now they're at ringside, MJF gets in his face and they start a scuffle, turning into a massive brawl afterwards. Big pull aparts, everybody jumps in, holding people back. Marco Stunt jumped on the back of Wardlow. I loved it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This kid's crazy. Gets absolutely destroyed by Lance Archer one week. Gets destroyed by Brody Lee the next week. No, you cannot keep this kid down. He jumps on the back of Wardlow, one of the biggest, baddest dudes in this brand. Insane. I love it. Which now leads to a match next week. We are getting Luchasaurus versus Wardlow. Shut up and take my money. I cannot wait to see this. And it's a lumberjack match, which means it's going to be just absolute batshit crazy. I love it. I wish they would have honestly saved this for Fyter Fest, but we could get something. This may lead to something bigger at Fyter Fest. We'll have to wait and see. So next we get to the part where Big Swole gets kidnapped by, or Britt Baker gets kidnapped by Big Swole, excuse me. Which is just funny. She's driving away and the camera's like right there at her face, like right below the steering wheel. It's good stuff. Then we get the TNT title match between Cody defending against not signed Ricky Starks. And I'm not going to overthink the fact that, well, maybe he wasn't signed. maybe he was signed. I'm not going to overthink it. They said he wasn't signed, so I'm just going to, that's just one of those things. You don't stay on it too long. You don't overthink it. This is wrestling. Let's not overthink it. Okay, it's one of those things. But man, Ricky Starks. Oh, excuse me. Absolute Ricky Starks. In fact, I think I have some Absolute around here somewhere. Oh no, that's another brand of. Oh no, that's about that much left in the bottle of Smirnoff. It's really old though. I'm a little scared to open it. Might mute that old vodka might mutate into something. I don't know. But so absolute Ricky Starks just puts on a tremendous effort here with Cody, and they had a great match. They really did. I mean, there were a few moments where it did look sketchy for Cody retaining here, but Cody did retain, and good sportsmanship always with Cody. I mean, he's got his cocky moments in the match, but that's confidence. He backs it up in the ring, and he shakes his hand afterwards. And as soon as I saw that look, that corner of his eye, as he was leaving the ring, and he had that little smirk in his face, I was like, yeah, he's in. He's in. They're gonna sign him. I didn't have a whole lot of doubt for that one. Swag fan says big loss for NWA in my opinion. It was because he was it from what I watched. Now I know I got away from NWA, but in the first several weeks of watching, Ricky Starks is one of those guys where they were going to put the company on his back, and that younger generation was going to run with it. But they obviously didn't do that, did they? Thought Gunn was a free agent. No, Gunn, if you're talking about Billy Gunn, he was one of the first hires of this brand. He was one of the first hires as far as people in the back. He's like a producer, he's like one of the main producer writer guys. A developer, working with the youth, Paul Nelson says Billy Gunn should start up a group called GX. Well, his brand is called what? The Gun Club. So, but that's I like it, but you got to understand why he's not going to do something like that. Because they're trying to do their own thing. They don't want to copy the past. And you got to respect them for that, I've made half true jokes about Cody matches, their auditions. The big swole driving away with Britt Baker reminded me of the Undertaker kidnapping Stephanie. Oh, okay. Now, I never saw that. That goes back a bit. That goes back to when I wasn't watching. Or if it wasn't a year that I was watching, I was watching another brand. See, if it's before 99, I didn't know about it. Because I just wasn't watching wrestling at that time. But I hear you. Cody had some heel moments in the match. Well, yeah, he's, like I said, I'm not going to say heel moments. He's cocky and he's confident. So if he does something with a smirk on his face or does it a little, quirky, it's not heel. It's just, it's who he is. If to say he's going to turn heel or something, no, he's Cody next to Jon Moxley. I mean, you could argue this back and forth, but next to Jon Moxley, Cody is the biggest babyface in this company. Absolutely. Without a doubt. He is. If it wasn't for COVID, do you think Ricky Starks would still be in NWA? NWA would still be putting on shows. Yeah, absolutely. And they're just at a standstill right now. I mean, they're putting on these goofy carny shows. Yes, it's confidence. You have to have that as a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler, but I even know that. So MJF gets the win here. Knockout punch with the diamond ring. Turns into a brawl. We talked about that. Okay. Cody, Ricky Starks. Cody defends successfully. Next, we got the Young Bucks versus Super Bad, Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. Man, was this a match. I seriously don't know what was the. I mean, you know, everyone could have their own opinions on it. It's really hard for me to say, but honestly, out of the different tag matches we had tonight, I think I honestly got to go with this one as my favorite. Crazy stuff at ringside aside, I love this one. Now, the Butcher and the Blade are at ringside, and they actually jump the fence, and they start really distracting the Young Bucks, which makes me think that Havoc and Sabian are going to win this one. But FTR shows up with whatever they're drinking. Looks like coffee cups, but who knows? These are tough guys. They're probably not sipping coffee. There's probably a little something in there, if you know what I mean. So all out craziness turns, goes on a ringside here after a while, but the Young Bucks come off with a win in this one. Man, it just, I love this one. And I love the fact that FTR was there. And this, and I was saying for a while that Impact Wrestling's tag roster was the best, but man, this tag roster, this tag team roster is really starting to rival it. I think it's hard. It's really hard because you look at some of these teams and you're like, some of these teams you don't pay too much attention to. Like I don't pay too much attention to the teams like Sexy Chucky T and Trent, but they are a good tag team. And they prove that later on in this episode, So it's like, oh, I guess I should notice these guys a little more. This episode proved that to me. But man, you got the Young Bucks, you got FTR, Havoc and Sabian are actually looking like they've got some. Now they didn't come out with a win here, but they look like they got some decent chemistry. The tag champs finally won me over. Man, it's a decent roster. And yeah, there were a lot of tag team matches in this episode, like what, three, four, three. But each match had its own significance, and its own like storyline attached to it. And the action was just crazy. I loved it. So yeah, and it's I'm sure it's going to lead to at Fyter Fest we're going to get FTR and Young Bucks. I don't think it's official yet. Let me quick look here. match added to Fyter Fest. This is courtesy of Ringside News. Come on, load. Okay, so we got the world title match, Cage versus Mox. Tag team title match, Best Friends versus Omega and Page. Jake Hager versus Cody for the TNT title. The women's. Okay, I think that's a typo. He's got women's tag team title match. It's not a tag team title match. It's the women's title match. Sheeta versus Ford, and Jericho versus Orange almost said Orange Cody, Orange Cassidy. So, all right. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to get added. They got what, a week to go? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Something. A few weeks. Next, we got Taz and Brian Cage cutting a promo, followed by a Mox promo. It's more and more. I'm digging the chemistry between Taz and Brian Cage. I really do. They gel. They gel. And Brian Cage doesn't need to say much. You know, you're focused on Taz because he's a good talker, but he's putting over Brian Cage, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what he's there to do. Mox then in his promo talking about he's in this industry because he's got demons. Mox has demons, and we've known that for a long time, haven't we? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It's not looking good for Mox, I'll say that. You know, I've been watching Brian Cage build up to this moment for 5 years now, and I'm happy for him. You know, I mean, does part of me still wish he was with Impact? Sure, as do lots of fans. But you know, he's on a different stage now. He's in front of a different audience, and I'm proud of him. You know, and I'm sure there's other people that are, you know, nasty about it. Whatever. You know. All right, then we had to follow up to Britt Baker. I talked about this a little bit earlier. She's in the dumpster. It was absolutely hilarious. You know, her going back and forth with Rebel. Like, we call her Rebel because we know her as Rebel from Impact Wrestling, TNA. But you know, Reba, whatever, that's fine. Still the same girl. So she gets fired and rehired in the same segment. It's just nuts. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? It's goofy. Then we're on to the main event here. Les Sex Gods. They actually have a t-shirt with these guys hugging. It's hilarious. I love it. Les Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Matt Hardy's at commentary talking about Sammy the whole time. Very interesting. He's really trying to get Sammy away from this inner circle. You know, it sounds like it's going to be maybe a possible face turn in the future. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I like it, though. It's another one of those little slow burn storylines. You know, you get a little bit every week. It started out right after the pay-per-view with Matt Hardy walking past Sammy Guevara and, you know, just gave him one of these, you know, respect. You know, didn't start a fight, didn't mess with him. Just was like, hey, you know, you did great out there, you know. and it wasn't rubbing his face in it or nothing, just respect. And Sammy was like, wow, really, kind of taken back, like, what's going on with him? Why did he do that? But Matt's been in this industry for, you could say, decades now, and sees how talented someone like Sammy is, and he sees what Chris Jericho's doing to a kid like Sammy. So he wants to take Sammy under his wing and get him away from Inner Circle. That's a great storyline. So we got Sexy Chucky T and Trent against Les Sex Gods. Damn good match. Not, as much as these two are going to sit there and say they got chemistry, Chris Jericho and Sammy really don't have a lot of chemistry. Now, what I'm really curious is to see is the fallout from this. Apparently Matt Hardy is supposed to face Sammy next week, and he said during the match he's going to let Sammy choose which version. Oh yeah, I don't know. I can't do the whole monster magnet thing. It's my voice is shot from stuff. Too many of these. So he's going to let Sammy choose which version of Matt Hardy he's going to face next week. I don't know. Either way, it's. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. So, one other note: during the intro, Sammy Guevara gets cut off from singing the intro. It goes, it's like he's just starting to really get into the swing of the things. He's just about to eat that microphone and cut the commercial. I was like, you cut off the Spanish God? Are you serious? Oh, that's man, I need to write to someone about this. It's just, how dare you? How dare you cut off the Spanish God singing? I mean, it's like, choirs of angels crashing into hell. Oh man. But it was a good, even though the kind of chemistry wasn't always there between Sammy and Chris, Chuck and Trent came out with the win here. And strangely enough, had a little assistance from an out-of-place cameraman. So if you blinked, you missed it. I'm sure there was plenty of people watching and missed it. Cameraman walks along and all of a sudden, oh, trip. And the commentators were like, oh, that's strange. What happened there? Cameraman's out of place. Out of place. Yeah, he tripped them. Yeah, that's a serious reaching into the ring. That's out of place. That's about as out of place as you can get. Which causes Trent and Sexy Chucky T to get the win here. So they are going to go on to face the tag champs, Omega and Page, at Fyter Fest. And that should be, that's got potential to be match of the night. Seriously, if you look at how good both these teams are, and especially a team like Trent and Chuck. They may not have been featured as much as other teams on this brand, but they are a veteran presence in this company. So, there might be some people picking them to win this one, Might be. Pasta. There's no pasta mania around, you know. He's still tripping from last night, right? The pasta mania. That was great, hey? That was a lot of fun. Totally. Zach Bonifer, thank you for that one. Zach's the one that came up with that picture real quick. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Good night, Paul. Much love. My favorite nephew. They're the best friends. Yes, yes. But they could not give the people what they wanted tonight. Not tonight. Because one of them got a right hook from Chris towards the end there. But yeah, so Orange Cassidy, disguised as a cameraman, trips up, which causes the best friends to get the win here. And then all of a sudden, the cameraman starts disrobing, drops his camera outside of the ring, takes his hat off, takes his shades off, takes his mask off, takes his shirt off, and just completely goes apeshit bonkers on Chris Jericho. You know, I'm thinking we're going to get another one of these, you know, and just a little bit of back and forth. No, he just went at him. I was shocked, pleasantly surprised. So it's like, yeah, you look at this guy with this gimmick and you're like, this guy can't do shit. No, he can wrestle. Go on YouTube and look at his old stuff from years ago. The guy's great. Everything he's done over the years is built up to this. Is one of the most over gimmicks around. It's crazy. You know, and there's plenty of people out there that don't get it or don't appreciate it or don't like it or whatever. It's fine. You don't have to. You know, it's just it's one of those underlying little quiet things that all of a sudden just explodes, you know. Orange Cassidy is something special. So that leads to Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho at Fyter Fest with the update on the Fyter Fest card. And of course, that means that we're also getting the tag champs, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega, defending against Sexy Chucky T and Trent, the best friends. So that is tonight's episode. Just loaded. We got some new signees, you know. So it's like, yeah, okay. Impact Wrestling is not the only one that's signing a bunch of people. It's AEW is doing it too. You know, while other companies like WWE are just, we're just gonna fire everyone. See you later. You know, that's what happens. Get too greedy, and the greed catches up with you. Let that be a lesson. Yeah. So yeah. Solid episode. Better than solid. Solid's like, it was all right. No, this one was good. I like it. I really did. I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I didn't go into this one with a whole lot other than I knew there was going to be some good tag matches going on. And that's, like I said before, that's the thing with this company is, you know, you're not going to get a clusterfuck like, you know, Prophet Vikings. What is a Prophet Vikings? I mean, seriously, that whole thing was just a hot mess. It was just horrible, you know. I mean, there's goofy, you know, and there's stuff, but that was just overboard. It just, you know, was 7-year-old kid stuff. Oh, we're gonna scurry away from the monster in the trash compactor. Come on. This company is one of the few out there that makes tag team wrestling a priority. And it shows. Whether you are behind all the tag teams or not, you know that whoever's out there is going to give 110% every time. Okay? So, So, solid as a rock. Dun, 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 dun. Do you think it did enough to bring a casual viewer or just the diehards? Uh, you know, this is a rough time for all the brands. So, um, there unfortunately there's so much going, and I was going to say he's making excuses again. No, this is just stating facts. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. Okay, and yeah, there's a lot of distractions, and whereas most people would be watching during the week, they're not now because they've got other stuff in their life going on. They're dealing with protesting, they're dealing with riots, they're dealing with other things going on. There's just people dying by the thousands by the day out there. Still, we're not getting ahead of this. Some areas may be doing better than others, but there's places that, like Texas, down in Texas, over 2,000 people hospitalized over the weekend for COVID. We are not winning this battle, folks. It's horrible. So no, it's gonna take the bigger shows like Fighter Fest to really draw in more viewers. Um, and more significant signings. People look and say, "Oh, they signed Abaddon. Who the hell's Abaddon?" Well, why don't you watch and find out? You know, companies like this and Impact Wrestling are creating stars out of people that you may not be really familiar with, which is why years later you see people like Killer Cross, Brian Cage, John Morrison goes back to the WWE. And that in itself shows the significance of a company like Impact Wrestling and AEW to create stars. And this is still a very young company, barely a year old. So that's it. Really good show. Jump in the chat here for a little bit, see what's up. I just went over an hour, so I don't want to stick around too long. AEW is just trying to be a good production product. I don't think they're catering to anyone. Yeah, they're just putting on good wrestling. They're focused on wrestling, and there's storylines. There's underlying storylines along with it. Yeah, so yeah, you get it. Impact and AEW are doing a great job. Got great management, and others, well, yeah, right. People are trying to get a great pasta recipe. I wonder who. Maybe some other guy from another show like Trent. Maybe. Yeah. Those Tuesday nights are special. Hey, Florida looks like a complete mess, and this is all going down there for multiple. Yeah, right. Crazy. And now people in these companies are showing up with cases of COVID. They should have went to someplace like Iowa, or someplace in BFE. 760 new cases. Paul, where's the 760 new cases? That's terrifying. Just recovered from COVID myself. Thank God I wasn't hospitalized. It was your show on TNA TNI that kept me going. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. You hear stuff like that. I hear stuff like that every great once in a while, and it just, because I've been doing this for several years, and it's nice to hear that, there's a hardcore base out there of folks that have really attached themselves to this brand and TNI at the same time, And man, it's we couldn't do it without you guys. You guys show up all the time. And yeah, I may not get as many views as T and I, even though I've been around longer, but that don't upset me. I keep doing what I'm doing, and whoever watches. You gain some, you lose some. That's how YouTube is. That's how podcasting is. So thank you, Bells Boy. That means a lot, man. I appreciate it. California is still having an uptick in cases. Yeah, I've really ignored the news lately as far as numbers, just because I know. Okay, this is messed up, and you guys may not know this. Wisconsin, okay. Oh, you said, that 700 is Hawaii. Wow, jeez Louise. Stay safe, Paul. Stay indoors. Do not go out unless you absolutely have to. That's what the hell was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh, one of my friends, I'm not gonna name names or nothing, but one of my friends' brothers, just died of an overdose. Sad. But his death was classified, documented as a COVID death. Oh, really? The numbers that they're putting out there are not real. Now, I'm sure there are some significant numbers out there that are still bad, but they're falsifying documents, folks, and that's scary. That's our government. They're padding the numbers. Love my country, hate my government. I've said it once, I'll say it 1 billion times. Now till the day I die. So, Styles, Bells Boy. Florida. Go to Wisconsin. No, it's not good here either. We've got some hot spots in southeastern Wisconsin. That's really, really bad. Really, really bad. I stay away from the news. It's just depressing. I just keep praying. That's all you can do, right? Keep your faith, keep your sanity, talk to people if you can, if you need it. So I have my suspicions about it, to be honest. You should. Because it ain't all true. We all love it. Podcast brings a smile to my day. God bless you, Paul. I'm tired of Florida. Can't wait to get out of here soon. Dude, Styles, your time's coming. And I mean that in a loving way. It's like, not a negative, your time's coming. No, it's to have a better life. And then we don't have to get into details on here. You and I talk almost every day. I know what's going on. Get back home to Philly. Be with your fam. Surround yourself with love, brother. Your time is up. Oh no. I don't watch the news. It's all fake. Unless it's like positive community news, but some of that stuff just gets overlooked so much, and just lost in all the chaos and trouble. Your time is now. Oh, sorry. All right. On that note, we're gonna get out of here. Oh no, not a TikTok. No, that's scary. No, that's cross. No, we don't want the TikTok. No. John Cena saved me. All right. Thank you all. And I mean that sincerely. I know I don't get a ton of views on these AEW reviews, but it's one of the things that I still wholeheartedly stand behind because I believe in the brand and I believe in talking about it. And needs to get talked about in a positive manner. Not that I don't like absolutely love everything about it, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I appreciate the effort and the writing that they're doing. I appreciate it all. So they're building new stars. Like this Abaddon. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what they'll do with her. I hope they do something a little more creepy and cinematic with her. And I'm not going to be against that. And I'm not going to be like, oh, okay. Unless they word for word copy something out of TNA or something. They're not going to. So 8:35, yeah, trying to grow. We're stalled at 8:35. We have been for a bit. So goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. So thank you. All right, guys. As we get out of here, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Tomorrow is Throwback Thursday over on TNI, so keep an eye out for that. We got a couple other things in the works that's going on. We got keep it on the down low, but you guys, as soon as we know something, we will let you, the viewers and the listeners, know. We love you guys. Much love. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you guys down the road real soon.